Alright guys, what is up? And today I'm bringing you guys a 37-2 gameplay with the Vector suppressed and the fast mag, if I'm not mistaken. And I told you guys I was going to do a series and you guys were really interested on, well, pretty much I'm going to show you guys one of the best CoD players that I know. Now, how do I know? Well, how can you really say someone's like one of the best CoD players? And I know some of the best people in the world, honestly, for Call of Duty. And this guy is definitely up there. I'm talking purely on just pub stomping in general. But this guy can do some serious damage and inflict some serious beatdowns on people. His name is Akeen, and he is on the PlayStation Network. And Akeen0 is honestly one of the better players that I've ever met in my entire life. I met him, I believe it was the start of MW3. Pretty much on like the first couple days of release, just through a couple friends, and ever since then this guy has been beasting. And you know, KD just amazingly high, win-loss amazingly high. His gun skill is just, you know, extremely good, and overall he's just you can put him in tough situations and he still, you know, pulls out on top and somehow manages to do very well. I haven't really played with him a whole lot in Black Ops 2, just a couple odd times, and even through then he is still beasting. I believe in this game he has about a 3.5 KD, last time I checked at least. From what I know, you know, everyone knows this game's hard to have a high KD, and you know that this is definitely not one of his best KDs. I know in MW3 he had a 5, Black Ops he had a 5, and I don't know about any of the other CODs, but his 2 past Call of Duties besides this one he's had 5 KD, and even in this game he has a 3.5, so as well as the fact that he's always got quite a decent win-loss to go with it, so he wins pretty much most of his games for the most part. So that's pretty much how I you know this guy, and why I think he's one of the best players I've ever met. And you know, just if you go against him, I'm sure it must not be fun, because pretty much every game he puts in work, and he doesn't always use the most overpowered things. Like you guys can see right here, he's using a stealth chopper, a VSAT, and an EMP. And you know, not bad streaks, don't get me wrong, but they're definitely not the, you know, the streaks if you want to go for a high kill death game or you're a kill whore and stuff like that. So as well as the Vector, like the Vector is a really good SMG, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not the one you're going to want to use if you're going to, you know, try and do the best as you possibly can. I'd recommend more of like a PDW or an MSMC, but you know, he just kind of uses stuff like this and still manages to do, you know, do good with it. And something I think that was very intriguing about this is that I've never seen this guy go negative. I used to play with him a lot, not so much anymore, hopefully soon, just because I don't play Black Ops very much on the PlayStation anymore, but I don't think this guy's ever gone negative. I don't think he's ever gotten anything under a 2 KD. Like every time I play with him, you know, it's at least over a 3. You know, of course, he's probably had a couple games where he's, you know, gone just a 2+, but pretty much every game I go with this guy, he's definitely on like the top of the leaderboard. And he doesn't camp, as you guys can see. He's running around pretty much this whole entire gameplay, never really stops. Score per minute, I believe it's in the 400s, which definitely is pretty high. You know, he's just not a camper, and that's pretty much what I find the most interesting about this, is that, you know, most people's stats like this, or like, you know, that do really good, they, you know, they kind of play extremely defensive, and he kind of bends the rules a bit, and he just kind of does his own thing. Now this right here is definitely not, you know, one of his best gameplays. Unfortunately, I couldn't find one just because Theater on PlayStation is really messed up, and he didn't have any saved games, so I just kind of had to go within like his last 10 games, and he did have some higher scoring ones, but they weren't as action-packed just because enemies were leaving on the other team and stuff. So unfortunately, I couldn't find, you know, one of a really good gameplay from him, but from what I could tell, this right here was pretty much on average what he seemed to be inflicting on the enemies. I believe this was like a 37-2 game. And I don't know, guys, I think I just thought I'd share this with you guys. Of course, there's some good players out there, but this guy, I think, takes the cake just because of his consistency. Akeen0, I think when it comes to consistency, like I said, I want to say it's one of the most important things just because, anyone can have a good game here or there. Anyone can have a high KD but not play the objective. Anyone can have a high win-loss but not have a high KD. Or they can do all this and play extremely defensive. Now, this guy has pretty much the whole package, if you know what I mean. He just, I don't know, I think it's really fun to watch other people's gameplays. But something I really watch is, well, like to watch is someone that's good at the game and is consistently good at the game. And, of course, there's a lot of other people that are known for this, but, there's people out there that you have no idea who they are, and they just kind of really do this on, a daily basis. So, anyways, this guy's right here is, pretty much, I guess you could say what he would want to do on average. I haven't really seen him, like I said, play a lot in this game. I kind of want to get some more games from him and post them just because I think it's really interesting, and hopefully you guys don't mind watching someone else's gameplay, because I know you guys come to my channel to watch my gameplay, but I don't think you guys are going to mind watching someone who's putting up crazy high scores like this. So who knows if we'll ever see this gameplay, who knows, he doesn't even know that I'm well, I actually asked him for permission for this, but I don't think he knows anything about the YouTube community. I think he just plays this game for fun, and nothing wrong with that. It's just a surprise that most people that are really good at this game, they just they're in the YouTube community and they know all about that kind of stuff. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the game. This is Akeen0. Leave a rating, guys. Hopefully you have a nice day. Peace.